And so ends one of the greatest TV shows in history. It's definitely been my favorite show for like the past few years. Ever since Doctor Who became not as good as it used to be. But everything I loved about Better Call Saul was here, and I think we got probably like one of the most satisfying endings we could have. So, Better Call Saul was always a really slow burn of a series, and I think a lot of people were expecting the final season or like at least the finale, the last three episodes to be like really explosive and huge, but that's more Breaking Bad style, like Breaking Bad did in the final season. Better Call Saul kind of sticks to its roots and continues the slow burn. And I think I love it for that. It's not trying to be Breaking Bad, it's its own thing. And I love that. This episode did something I wasn't really expecting. It actually redeemed Jimmy. That's why the episode's called Saul Gone. He finally put Saul Goodman behind him. Um, though I think he uses it for a little bit of prison rep, which is, you can't really blame him now. He was given a chance at like only 7 years, but he chose prison for life just so he could prove that, he's still Jimmy. Saul hasn't entirely consumed him. I think he also did it to help with Kim's sentence, to kind of look like he was the mastermind behind it all. And I think another reason was to help save his relationship with Kim. And I think, this is probably the happiest ending he could have gotten. Because Kim finally accepts him for who he is. Well, for being Jimmy, once again. The whole series, and especially this episode, kind of focused on how Jimmy would never change. The famous January speech by Michael McKean, Chuck, said that he would never change, but I think this episode proves that Chuck is wrong because Jimmy took responsibility for his own actions and at least tried to make things right a little bit. Like even though he's locked up forever now, at least his conscience is clear. You know, at least he doesn't have to hide anything anymore. I feel like that internal struggle was worse than his like external struggles, if you know what I mean. Like him keeping it inside is worse than him just letting go, which I think was what this finale was about. I love all the guest stars of this episode who've some of them we haven't even seen since Breaking Bad, and some we haven't seen in a while. Like we see Walt again in this like brilliant scene where they're talking right before they get sent off into hiding. Um, we get like that Walt personality of like not even entertaining the idea of time travel, even as a metaphor. It just shows how nasty he was. Just how I don't know, it's nasty, and um, he gets to tell Saul like all that is about him is he's always been like this. He'll never change, and I think part of this Jimmy has been reinforced this over and over again, which is why he never thought he could change. We also get a reappearance from Mike, how he talks about how he regrets being taking bribes, because that just kind of started his spiral of Breaking Bad. And at that point, Saul wishes he had more money. And then by the end, he wishes that he never became Slippin' Jimmy, and well, book is first it's about his legs, and then by the end, it's about like actually, being a bad person. We get a couple scenes with Marie, who I was not expecting to see again. I always thought Marie was a pretty underrated character when it came to Breaking Bad. A lot of the fans hate her for I think really small reasons. I think her and Walt Jr. are probably the most, you know, victimized of Walt and pretty much everybody else involved. So it was nice to see her get to look Saul Goodman in the face and tell him exactly how she feels about him. I think that was pretty good because I feel like I said, C and Flynn lost the most throughout this. Her husband. So I don't know. It was just really nice seeing her again. Like I said, I was not expecting that. completely caught me off guard. Of course, Betsy Brandt's acting in this is fantastic, as always. Same with Bryan Cranston. We also see Michael McKean back as Chuck, and I kind of called that. I had a feeling we'd see Chuck one more time, so that's another one on my bingo card that I got scratched off. And that scene that shows, like, wow, Jimmy sabotaged Chuck's career. He always did love his brother, and it kind of reinforces the tragedy of the relationship falling apart. And another one of Jimmy's regrets later in his life. I also like seeing that loyal guy again, who's like been on the show since day one. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him. He had to fly all the way out there. Overall, I think it ended in a pretty good way. You know, Kim is still in Jimmy's life, and I think that Kim at this point is the only thing he really cares about. So I think it's nice that she doesn't hate him anymore. He doesn't hate her. They're fine. I like to think that she kind of continues to visit him throughout the rest of their lives. I think that would be really sweet. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say about Better Call Saul. Thank you guys for watching all of my reviews for it. I've been watching this show for like 6 years. Like I was still in middle school back then, and I just loved it ever since. Um, Great job to every actor involved, all the writers, directors, especially Peter Gould and Vince Gilligan, for making this great show, as well as like Breaking Bad. Just a great shared universe there. I will miss it. I miss Better Call Saul, just because I would always look forward to watching it and wondering what's going to happen next. That was so good at that. And even with the finale, they had me guessing till the end. But I think this was a good place to end it. Rather you'd rather die as a Breaking Bad than live long enough to see you become the X Files. Meaning, you'd rather go out with a bang after 5, 6 seasons, than go on forever and you run out of ideas, like so many shows have done before. X Files, Simpsons, SpongeBob, The Office. I think all the best shows ended when they needed to. So Better Call Saul now joins the list. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.